Good morning, everybody. We are live.
Good morning, guys. So, market looks to finally give in some new leeway to the downside. So I brought out Baxter to do a little 1K scalping today. I hope everyone's ready. Today we're trying to trade on Qcoin, but Baxter was too slow with verifying. That doesn't take away that Qcoin is still our KYC trading partner and also MetaMask. Who's ready for some trading? Ugh.
Let's do it. For some
Guys,
reason, we've
it's
just
so
lost your
nice.
screen. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, we've just lost your chart. For some reason, it's 10 seconds
That's
after you started talking. But we'll get it back.
really.
Not sure what happened there. All
Is
right.
it back now?
Yeah, we're back. All right, we're back. We're back.
Okay. So. On the right side, or in the middle side now, you can see FlowX. It's a tool that ScalpX has developing itself and what we use to chart on. Why? Because it gives a way better idea than just TradingView, because this aggregates almost every exchange that currently is available over API. And as you can see, we're finally breaking below the 81K region again, but we're having quite a bit of liquidations below. The hourly is not that impressive. It's only 4 million that they've taken out at this level. And it looks like the only thing that is currently holding it at its current position on the 5-minute time frame is the accelerated EMA, because it is spot that on. What is more interesting is the liquidations that are currently accumulating still below. I see a big opportunity for us to go to the 80.2K region rather quickly. As you can see, the liquidity is still stacked, but we are stacking some liquidity above as well. But it's the first time that the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15 minutes are actually turning bearish again. And the hourly, the 2 hourly, and the daily are on the fence. But for now, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 successful taps of the 81K region. And as of yet, it's holding.
And for the
so
people,
Bex, you ready for some scalping?
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly tell. We got $1,000 in this account,
Yes.
all right? So we're not playing with as much money right now. We're going more average Joe level with our account balance here. We got 1,000 big ones smack bang in the account, and we're gonna do some freaking scalping. We have not done any scalping. Hopefully, some of you are here from our last streams that we did, which was the Broke to Rich challenge, which was a grand success, I will say. If I'm correct in my calculations, I believe we ended at about 25K. So that's a 5x on the account with only leverage trading Bitcoin. So round of applause for Chento there. That was absolutely solid. And unfortunately, it was just unsustainable to stream 2 times a day. So we cut it early, even though we were planning to go to 50K. We still did very well. So that was a grand success. Today we're going to scalp with $1,000 and let's do it. What are we thinking?
Yeah. So I wish we started this like 30 minutes earlier. But there was no slot available, because then we would have shorted it. As of now, I want to see if we go towards the 80.5K region, because there's a big liquidity stack at 80.5, 80.4. So I would go $500, 75x at 80.4 and see if we actually manage to reach that. I'm too afraid to market order right here, because if it loses this level, look at this liquidity stack here right in the middle. And we might even go to 80K. So that's why we need a little bit of leeway.
Okay, it was 80.6,
but I'm liking
right?
this pressure. Yeah, I'm liking this pressure. This pressure is nice. No, 80.452.
All right, we're going in with 80.452 with half of our account, $500 on 75x as a long. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, you guys can see that order sitting there. Let's hope we can hit that. That would be fun. 75x is easily the highest leverage we've played with thus far. That should be nice.
Yeah, at least something is happening. That's very true. But I don't like to catch a falling knife.
I do recall back when we first started, you were describing Bitcoin as watching paint dry, and I think safe to say, although it's been a pain in the ass, at least we're not watching paint dry.
Yeah,
There's a lot going
it's
on.
been a pain. It's been a pain in the ass.
It has been problematic. Has
What
anyone in the
what
chat done well lately
finally?
on this pump? Anyone logging it and making lots of money?
Yeah,
Sorry, what were you going to say?
it has been irrational for quite long, but what is nice to see is that it's finally respecting some basic structure again, right? So that's very, very, very nice to see. We had such a crazy pump that even all the correlations and everything that we previously, I don't want to call it what we've previously known, but what was previously acceptable was thrown out of the window. We're not out of the woods yet, don't get me wrong. We're definitely not out of the woods, but it's starting to look slightly better.
I did see on X you're still in a short. That's the case, correct?
Yes.
In your personal account, so you're still
But it's
definitely
looking
thinking
better
we've got
now.
some downside.
It's looking better now.
Are you
I
green
went
yet?
from
What's
down
your
a million
average?
to I'm at minus 240 now.
Okay, that's a bit of an easier pill to swallow. I think it's still a big
Still
big drawdown.
significant. Still significant.
Yeah, no, that's solid. Very good. Well, I'm wishing you the best with that one. I think there's been a lot of pump action, and it definitely seems irrational. But as Chento says, and as Chento taught me in our last series, the market can stay irrational longer than we can stay liquid. So if it'll try and get you liquidated, it will. It'll do its best.
Yes, it will 100% do its best.
Any
It
familiar
will
faces in the
100%
chat
do
from
its
our
best.
last series? How'd we go?
I don't know. I don't see faces here. See some familiar names. Hugo.
Hugo, what's up, brother? Nice to see you. Got Selma, my number one haters in here too. Nice to see you, brother. What's preventing you from taking a long here after it's bounced here 4 times?
I'm still bearish.
I'm wondering if we can eliminate any of your bias for this scalping session, or is it still very relevant, the overall bias, if you're doing a scalp session like this?
The scalp session is unbiased, but this is not a structure I would long right now. Oh, wait, you can only see one of my screens. I'm so used to 2 screens.
Yeah, sorry, the setup's a bit different.
It's now trailing under the EMA. It hasn't accepted above. This is quite the impose. This is a bit of an impose. And there's just still a lot of liquidity stacked below. And that's why, look, this is all liquidity. Wow, the hold level here is not that significant historically. It's only this. So yeah, they probably pump it back up. But systematically, this is not a point for me to long it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my reasoning behind it. That's why we have to wait. Yo, big boy Chento in the building. Yo, Skinwalker. Can we short the market? You can always short the market. If it's wise, it's a second.
How much money made Baxter? I believe we finished at around 25k, if I'm not mistaken. If I believe you're referring to the Rags to Riches challenge, so that was a 5x on the account, which is fantastic. Absolutely incredible result. There will be a video coming out about that one soon.
Yeah.
Recapping that whole.
So
journey,
I have a question for the chat. Are you guys trading on Sexes, Dexes, KYC, non-KYC? Are you trading stocks? Are you trading Bitcoin? What are you guys trading? Because I want to get a better understanding of, while we'll wait for the paint to dry.
Kalen said, I can't wait for that
curious.
glorious day when Chento says he's bullish. I agree with that. That'll be very interesting. I think we're going to have to be at about 50k for that.
Maybe lower. Blofin, not trading at all now. Bro, why are you here? You just want to learn or have fun?
What's your opinion on DEXs, Chento? I know you're a big centralized exchange man. I think is the reason for that safety of
Depends
funds.
on which DEX. Wait 1 second. Third. So it depends on which one. We're now currently testing 𝗪𝗶 because they also have other features, which are pretty nice. The thing is, I want to build as much of a feature set as I can. So 𝗪𝗶 also is going to launch competitions where you can just do trading competition against one another. Then we're having MetaMask where you can not just trade, but also play Polymarket on as a non-custodial wallet. Now we're having KuCoin that is also offering oil, stocks, and everything. And we have Blofin as a non-KYC partner. So I'm trying to get the whole net and the whole offering tested by us, vetted by us, verified by us, not just in liquidity, but also in working everything. So that's why I'm asking, like, what are you guys trading? What gaps do you guys potentially see in our lineup? We also partner with Breakout now. So it's not just for the sponsorships, it's about us being able to offer the complete variety of what people would like to see. So that's also why I was asking the question. Yo, what's up from Canada? Hello, Canada.
I think
Chento,
watching
what's
you.
your second best?
I think watching you do a prop firm challenge is going to be interesting. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. The prop firm will love me.
I'm going to be curious how your strategy changes, if at all, trading a prop firm with all the rules and regulations and stuff that they enforce to pass the challenge. They definitely make it a little bit more difficult, which is understandable.
Yeah. And I'd open my MetaMask. Breakout is the best. Yeah, I agree. Yo, what's up from Canada? Hello, back.
What's your opinion on SEX versus DEX? Is there a big difference for you, or have you changed your opinion on that?
I'm still checking. Like, I like certain aspects of the DEX, especially having the competitions, the games, and those are 30-minute intervals where you can just trade against one another. That is fun. General trading, I'm still not working with. I'm personally not doing my main trading on a DEX, but they have cool features, they have cool things, they have cool stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess it makes sense if people can support you via a platform that they want to use. If they want to use a DEX, makes a lot of sense. It's cool. Everyone can support the free creator who doesn't charge any courses and get access to the Discord, of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm sure everyone in this chat is in the ScalpX Discord by now. There's a lot of alpha in there. I highly recommend it. As when we were doing our Broke to Rich challenge, that's where everyone was being updated on what we were doing and so on. So it's a good time in there.
Yeah, it's amazing. The free link is up top. So yeah.
Now I know we're not in the usual series anymore, so the rules are slightly different, but do you have a random fact of the day? Because that's what we were doing, and we're not doing that anymore, but have you got something? Because I want to hear one. Like the color of an octopus's blood.
Yeah. Light is the only thing that physically and also in science is a wavelength and a particle at the same time. Because they can't prove within string theory if it's only a string because of the nanometer distribution, or that is a particle because it's only visible as soon as it has reflectiveness. So lighting itself is the only thing that consists out of both. Normally things are either string-based or particle-based.
All right, that one lost me a little bit.
It's a bit
but I still liked it. I still liked it.
It's the best I can offer you for today from the top of my head.
Another question, have you got any thoughts on all of the political BS at the moment? It's just been madness. Have you got a stance on that? Not necessarily the politics itself, but where the prices are going, the asset prices being at all-time highs throughout this situation. I know last time we spoke, you were extremely bearish on I think most things across the board due to that, but has any of that changed?
I'm still insanely bearish. Look at it, man. It's playing absolute ping pong. It's ludicrous. No.
It is. I genuinely, I've said it before. I
Yeah.
think we're living in the history books right now. In 30 years' time or 50 years' time, the 7-year-old kids are going to be learning about 2026 and just
Bro,
what a,
no, not 2026. Imagine looking at this period, right? So we had the crisis in 2008. Then we had the insane housing boom and no one could afford houses anymore. Then came the era of the orange man, the first time. Then after that, we got COVID, right? And then after COVID, we have Ukraine-Russia war. And then we have the Iran war. We have the dictatorship in China that is wanting to invade Taiwan for the SMD productions. Imagine people looking at the last 50 years of history like, huh?
agreed. It is. It's been freaking mental. Absolutely mental. It's God, I'm sure everyone agrees, but you wish you had a time machine so you could play these markets differently, knowing what's going to happen. Of course, said the most obvious thing of all time, but God, it's just like, oh my God.
Hashtag duh.
It's just so true. It's like, oh my God. I guess you could have a time machine, or you could be in the Trump family and just know what's going to be tweeted. That's just about
Bro,
as
I
good as
don't
you get.
care. I prefer not to be in that family, my friend. I can tell you that much. No, but imagine learning about this complete thing. Okay, so we had a global virus. So what did the virus do? We don't know till today's day. Has there ever been a research about the virus? No. Even I think the Spanish flu that killed 80 million people had more research done to it than COVID. And we called off a global pandemic. So first you have that one. They have the Russia-Ukraine war in between for nice zoom, by the way. For yeah, fun and giggles. And then, oh wait, first we have Trump trying to get either Greenland or Iceland. He's not sure about that yet himself because he keeps mixing the two up. Then we have us taking the president of Venezuela, Maduro. And then we had the Iran war. Bro, you cannot explain this to anyone.
Agreed.
Imagine reading a history book in 100 years and you're like,
Yeah, I know.
huh?
I'm with you. I think it's all correlated to the access of information just being so immediate now. Like this, there's never been a time in history like this where you know what Trump, for example, is doing 5 seconds after he thinks about it. It's just never been like that. It's just so...
Oh yeah, I forgot 2 things: the tariff discussion and Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, thank you for 523 bringing up the Epstein.
Yeah. So just throw in a little Epstein for you. You know, it's just a little sprinkle of Epstein dust. It's mental.
One of my favorite
If
Chento
everyone-
quotes is Trump could come out as Epstein and the market would pump 20%.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. And then and let alone what's happening in all the European countries, right? Like London is becoming an African township at this point. But yeah, it's a great time to be alive. And in the meantime, we're just building the greatest trading community that the world has ever seen with the greatest free platforms. We're 70,000% outperforming everyone ever.
Speaking of performance and outperforming everyone, how is the Blofin
Yeah.
trading competition going? I know that was
Oh yeah, I'll show the
looking
numbers.
like yeah, that was looking pretty favored on the ScalpX side last I saw.
Yeah, well, I don't agree with the P&L card at this point. So the total volume right now is 583 million. And we already unlocked a 30k prize pool, and we're gonna unlock the 60k prize pool as well. So that's gonna be very interesting rewards for the Discord as well. Volume wise, we're at 106,424,000 with the number 2 trailing at 22 million. So this is a done game, guys. Then we go to the P&L card. We're still third with over 76% with the highest volume. So imagine with the highest volume, 5x the rest, we still made 75% profit average with our group, which
Damn,
I'm
that's crazy.
very
What's
proud
the top
of.
one
And
there?
it's
Is that over 100%?
probably no. This one is 540%. But the
How
thing
the hell
is,
is that possible?
yeah, but it's 60 million. So if you have one guy that made good money, it's uncomparable, right? Because this is 7x the volume
Yeah, that does seem a little bit broken
with
of a way to
with
calculate it.
225 people. The team is bigger, the amount of money is bigger, everything. So it has to be regionalized or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah, that's fair.
you know,
Now 70% average gain
yeah,
is
the
nothing to
yet
squawk
still,
at.
no, yet still, to be honest, GG's man, 540%. But the volume, yeah, we're killing it.
Nice, well done.
But let's be honest, since day one, I told them they were aiming for second place. So
You did, and I do recall telling anyone if they had the ability to launch a poly market
Yeah.
on who was going to win this one, I said I'd put the house on Team Chento.
yes,
Unfortunately, never came into fruition.
no, Poly Market didn't want to bet me.
I'm curious if we can break this low. It looks like it's holding this 80.8k level pretty well.
A lot
has
of
tapped
people
here
from
quite a few
Denmark. The
times.
rest, what they're saying, I'm not gonna. Yeah, it looks to be holding, huh?
It does.
Bro, this EMA is made out of gold. I swear, I think it's addicted.
Which EMA?
I
Can you bring
think-
it up?
Oh yeah, sorry. Wrong screen again. As long as it's trailing above the EMAs, it's theoretically also bullish. But we're forming a little bit of a structure here. I want to see it go down, though. Of course, I want to see it go down because I'm in a short. Haha.
Yeah, also, if you remove all your bias, are you still thinking a little bit lower right now? Assuming that you're in no trade whatsoever?
Depends. If I look at the geopolitical situation and the economic situation, it would go down. If I look at pure technicals,
It's a weird one because it's like, when do all those bearish factors start to come into play? Because they've just been so irrelevant the last few days. There's been no bearish reactions at all. And it seems like a weird game of Russian roulette on when that's going to all come down. Seems like the moment we enter a long, it's probably the tower's going to crumble, as the markets do. But it's been a weird one.
It's a very weird one. But everything currently is a weird one, to be honest.
If it were me scalping this, I would take the fact that it's bounced here so many times as a pretty interesting level to long with maybe a smaller percentage. But I am
Oh,
profitable
shit.
like you, so that's...
I think we're getting a new virus, man. Have you guys heard about the 𝗘𝗃𝗏? Just someone got hospitalized after flight from Johannesburg.
Oh shit, that's where you just were, wasn't it?
No, I wasn't
Close
Cape
enough.
Town.
Cape Town. Yeah, was this the cruise ship virus? Yeah, I saw this.
I don't know, man. It's crazy.
It was on a cruise ship, and so people were quarantining in the rooms of the cruise ship. That's honestly got to be one of the worst situations to ever be in, going on a cruise ship and then someone breaks out with a new deadly virus. Wow.
Someone just boosts the level up on COVID. They're like, I raise your hand die. Bro, that's not bueno at all.
Yeah, let's hope that can be under control. I don't really want to go through that whole shit again. Oh, we've just lost Chento. I think either his computer has just... Oh, he's back. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me? That's so weird.
He's
well,
back.
guys, and with that bombshell, no, just kidding.
I thought you had a power outage. I was like, oh, but no, we're all good.
No, I have the 𝗘𝗃𝗏𝗏.
Don't say it. Come on. Let's not wish that.
But is it dangerous or not?
Yeah, it's deadly. People have been dying from it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, on the cruise ship at least, that's all I've seen. But yeah.
Oh man.
It's not good. I actually bought a bunch of stocks when COVID dipped.
What of the hantavirus?
No. when thinking back to 2020, as soon as when COVID had that immense crash, it was 20% or whatever it was. And I was only young. I was probably 18, but I bought up and that ended up doing really well.
Nice. No, but the thing is, like, if we get another virus, I don't know how everything's gonna react. Like, it might be the catalyst towards actual crisis.
Yeah, let's hope that.
But now it landed in the Netherlands apparently. I swear this is exactly how COVID came here as well, by a KLM flight. I'm not joking. Patient 0 from COVID was also by a KLM flight. KLM is killing us.
God. Jab season loading. Hopefully not.
So, as for the trading, because that's why most people are here, I'm still waiting for confirmation that we're either holding the EMA, and right now we're consolidating, or that we're breaking below. But it's such a tender structure as of now, with 4 taps already, that I'm slightly too afraid to just long here. And you can see this candle had a lot of buying volume, but it was absorbed pretty nicely. Liquidations are not doing much. What's oil doing? Oil is still down. This is a bit of an excessive move yesterday in oil. The good thing for me and for my trade is that even though it was ignored the last 2 weeks, Thursday is the most notorious red day in the week for crypto. This has proven by the last 3 years that Thursdays are more red than any other given day of the week. That said, go to hell.
Yeah, well, that would be good. It's definitely been a while. I know you posted on X that the long to short ratio is built up as high as it was during 1010, which is very interesting. I think if this was a bull trap, there's a lot of bulls who are now positioned in a long accordingly. So it makes sense if they want to sweep that up and grab all that liquidation money. It does make sense, but it's kind of been that way for at least the last few days, is my idea of it. There's been a ton of...
No, we've seen a structural change. The rest of the retraces did nothing structurally. This is the first time that it broken back into a higher time frame range. So I definitely see some different convictions. Also, Asia held instead of pumped, and Asia even went down, and now London is not up either. So this is definitely a structural change. Knock on wood until now, because apparently Bitcoin found wings in the last 15 seconds.
Yeah, we'll see. That would... Yeah, I feel like it's a very...
I swear the market maker is...
Some pullback. It's unfortunate. As soon as we jump on here, we start to lack movement. There was quite a bit today. We had some nice juicy candles.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It was nice. It was a nice dump. We had a tab below with a retraced higher, but again a rejection. So I want to see a lower low. So I have to draw on the right screen.
Are your dwell blocks relevant at the moment?
My dwell blocks are always relevant, my friend. But the next dwell block is only at 79.1. So
these dwell blocks,
I don't see what's stopping us except a little gay EMA. So this is the first time that we broken out, broken back in, some consolidation, but this is the first time that it's making higher or lower highs. See, this is the first one that broke out again, but I want to see this at least test here to hold the structure. And with structure, I mean the bearish structure. Otherwise, this would classify as a higher low again. And I'm not dealing with that crap today. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, what in your
So
personal, I know it's
Bitcoin, thank you in
probably-
advance. Go to hell.
It's hard for you to say when it's not actually happening, but if the structure does start to look bullish in kind of all of the textbook playbook scenarios and it makes that higher low, would you close your long, or are you looking to just continue DCAing and kind of wait?
You mean close my short?
Yeah, sorry, close your big
If we
short
get
you've
a
got.
convictional, and what I mean by that is, yesterday we tapped this, right? But it's a tap. If we close the second candle above as well, it would have been a clean close. And that's what I look for. So I want to have a second candle that theoretically not really touches this line anymore. That for me would be the conviction to get out of my trades. So that's what I posted yesterday. I accept defeat if I need to. But until now and until proven otherwise, we have not been defeated. But my trade is looking, it's okay. And people will be like, yeah, but you're down a couple $100K. How can that be okay? Well, perspective, right? So the account now holds 2,734,000. Okay. This trade is down 250K. That's 10%. It's still a challenge account. So,
honestly, after the last days, the account only peaked at just above 3 million, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so
It
the
was
shit the last few
3.2 to
days,
3.4.
you're still looking really good, and I'm wondering how you managed to do it. What was your DCA strategy, and was
my
there something
final
particular
DCA fixed levels at the dwell blocks. My last DCA was at 82.2.
And do you increase the leverage or anything like that when you do it, or is it just a plain old DCA?
No, I didn't. I didn't at all. It was just fun DCA. Increasing leverage also directly increase the full-blown risk. And for Chento for the win, we got $2. Thank you very much. Now, the thing is, as of now, there is no glory to be made for me in increasing the leverage because the market was insanely irrational. And as long as the market remains that irrational, I will not touch the leverage lever because it exponentially brings down your liquidation as well.
So you had like
come
a
to
top-heavy...
Papa Bitcoin.
Oh, here we go.
Come.
Can
That's
we
a
break
good
that
little
low?
candle.
That would be...
I want 40 more of those, please.
You had a top-heavy DCA strategy, right? So
yes, always.
Do you know off the top of your head what they were? Is it a set percentage that you always do?
10%, 15%, 20%, 45, 20% again, 35%.
Okay, so it's definitely top
So
heavy.
10, 15, 20, 35. Oh, God. You want to buy back much, eh?
Yeah, we've seen that lately.
Bro, I love FlowX. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone in the chat been using FlowX? I personally know glaze. I use it every day. It's when I want to look at the charts, I go on FlowX. It's really useful.
I just sent a link in chat for the people who would like to use it. Oh man, this is such a buyback. Bro, they liquidated 1 million. Tranquilo, eh? Over exaggerating. This is like the textbook of over exaggerating. It's like a man who has the flu.
Does it make you want to scalp long, seeing that buyback reaction?
Not yet. Because it's too impulsive, right? There's no structural change. There's no liquidation that justifies this buyback. I look for sustainability. And as you can see, the money flow on the 4-hour is bearish. Or on the hourly is bearish. On the 4-hourly, it's also slowly turning bearish. But this, yeah, it's why we long. I want a long mid range for a scalp, Alex B, and that is concentrated around the highest liquidity that we have, and that's the 80.5K region. Why? Because people go for whole and half numbers.
And this is also a tiny little long in a 1K account as well. So this is just a fun scalp. It's a 0.5 Bitcoin position, even on 75x leverage. So it's much smaller.
Holding the bottom of the range fairly nicely. I want to see a dump in these last 5 seconds, like just 30, 40 bucks more. That would be so nice. I got $3. Thank you. And they opened the new candle immediately green.
What's up,
just
Cody?
waiting, man.
Good to see you, brother.
Listen,
nice
the main
to see
thing in trading,
faces.
the main thing in trading, unfortunately, most of the time is waiting. Because you don't want to get caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, it seems like I'm a little bit of a bad luck charm in terms of having stuff happening when I'm on with Chento. It seems like we're always in that waiting period, but it served us well because we were able to limit our risk a lot with that challenge, even though it was a high risk challenge that we were prepared to lose. It still ended up really well. So it's definitely a lesson that I learned while we were here, and I can relate to everyone in the chat. If you've got that itch that you want to enter something, sitting on the hands is very powerful. Something that I took away from.
Yeah. Listen, sitting on your hands is better than sitting in a drawdown.
Definitely.
Oh, nice and casual little 5-second candle. Nothing to see here, I guess.
Do you know what the overall sentiment from the market is at the moment? I at least saw on my timeline. I know it's hard algorithmically, but I saw a pretty good split between major bulls and people saying that this is finally the break that they've been waiting for, and then lots of bears as well with a similar thesis to you.
I don't know, because both of our algorithms are influenced, right? If I thanks for the 250 super sub. If I look realistically, I would assume that most people are turning bullish. But I can't justify it because it's just what the algorithm shows you, right?
That's
if I look at the money flow right now,
add into FlowX down the track is a sentiment indicator that's built on something that
we're working on a news terminal.
Well, this is
interesting. Yeah, bro, yeah, this is very interesting. Honestly, my opinion with this PA and these candles, don't fucking touch it. For the love of God, don't touch this. Yeah, but what glory can you make from this, right? We liquidated 1 million. And on the way up, we didn't stop when we liquidated 150 million in the same period. So what is it bouncing off? I don't know. Maybe it's code in US air support.
We need to take something for the people. Before this stream ends, we got to do something.
I refuse to take something.
Rage bait.
I refuse to take something that could bring my own capital, your capital, or the followers' capital in danger without the necessity. I'm sorry, I'm not that type of guy. If people want to see that, bounce from value area high, yeah, but then you would see liquidations if it's actually the value area high. You want to see confirmation of it being that. But again, there's no liquidation and no money stacked. So a rising wedge, stop, or whatever, an inverted bear flag, an inverted godly shut the crap up pattern. It doesn't matter if there's no liquidations, because in the end it's all money, right?
Something else I
and
noticed
there's
that
no
was
money.
very interesting when we were doing our series, you were talking a lot about CBD and how CBD oftentimes represents the real move.
Yes.
But at least from what I've
Yes.
seen, is this massive move upwards had a reducing CBD to go with it.
No, CVD on spot was actually going up for the first time in months. Look.
I can't really see the bottom of
In
your screen
terms-
here, unfortunately. It's a
Ah,
little bit cut
okay.
off.
Then I guess you won't look, but CVD was up for the first time.
Yeah, okay. Was it sharp? Was there anything to it, or did it just
No, not
seem-
sharp, but anything on the 4-hour will never move that sharp unless there's shit really hits the fan in either direction.
And so the fact that it did go up a little bit, did that make you believe that the push was real and potentially sustained, since CBD often goes with a sustained move, like you said?
Statistically, just looking at the charts, yes. That's also why I get to the point where I would close my short if I was proven to be wrong and invalidated above the 82.2K level.
Mm-hmm.
From a fundamental perspective and macroeconomics and global economics, there is no possibility that any move is sustainable. I don't know if you've seen this yesterday, but I charted the NASDAQ since the start of the war.
Yeah, I did see that.
And
It's
this is
ridiculous,
the
wasn't it?
most hilarious
22%.
graph you're going to see in a long time. Oh, 22, that's old news. $26.
God, it's just free money, and I personally did not buy that there. I did not think that would reverse in that way. There's a very smart guy I watch called 𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗏. I'm sure some of you may know, he's a stock trader, and he did call it, and I was just thinking he was crazy, but I don't know how he knew that, because I did not see that coming.
But 26% move up
It's fucking
during
ridiculous.
the current times. That's redonk.
And what's the time frame on that? Is that a month and a half or 2 months?
30th of March. 31st of March.
Yeah, so it's a little bit over a month. Yeah, that's just honestly free money.
Yeah.
Free money. Average return is supposed to be 8 to 10% a year, so effectively that was 2.5 years of gains in 1 month in the index fund.
Yeah.
Mental.
In 34 days.
Fucking mental. Well, congrats to anyone who took part in that. I unfortunately didn't. But I'm gonna...
Congrats to everyone who is mentally deranged and actively traded that. But no weight loss. Listen, the thing is, in the end, longs will always pay more than shorts. Why? Because things can only go to zero and it can go up infinitely. So an investment tactic, especially for funds and everything else, is only trades up, right? Why? Because legit, it can only go to zero, but it will always remain going up. And things like NASDAQ, the top 100, S&P, they're not going to zero. They won't. So fundamentally, trading longs is always better. But that the fact that this hasn't corrected yet, mind-boggling. Nothing shy of her donk.
I may have asked you before, but do you buy any of the index funds or expose yourself to US equities at all?
As of now, no. No. It needs to correct 40-50% before I will.
Yeah, I
And
really
even then,
wonder
it's
if that'll
still
happen.
high.
No, it's just ridiculous, and I could talk about this for hours because I just don't understand it. But every book and every investment guidance person and anyone who knows anything will tell you to just buy and hold the S&P, and has been the case for all of history. But I just wonder, is that going to stay the case? Is it always going to go up every year?
Until proven otherwise, it's still the truth.
Yep, it's a weird one. Oh, can we push down here?
Oh, come on, Betty. Chicken's coming home to roost.
Well, it makes sense why we didn't long now, because we would be down.
Yes. Mama, everybody.
And just to remind everyone, that open order you see in the middle of the screen there is the order for our little scalp that we're aiming to do on this session. So hopefully we can see it. It's a $400 away from current price, and we've seen that in minutes as of lately. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, is this gonna break? This will be interesting.
If this breaks, it's gonna be very interesting.
It's not looking like it's reversing just yet. Not as sharp as the last one.
There comes a bit of sell pressure. I see a little silhouette.
It's definitely not bouncing like it did the last week down.
Bags, stop fucking jinxing it, please.
I'm gonna shut my gob.
When are we getting the pink emu sweaters?
Yeah, that's a good point. I was gonna make those for the trading competition, but your name was no longer the emu, so it didn't feel right. That pink sweater though is iconic. I think it's time for you to get a new one.
Oh my. Yeah, I should.
Your New Balance one or whatever it is.
Yeah. I didn't even know where it came from, but it's so cozy. I need a couple of them, I think.
Yeah, you made a lot of money in that hoodie for the 1K to 100K challenge you did back in December.
I found it here. New originals.
Oh, new originals. Yeah,
It's
that's it.
sold out.
Shit, the viewers got it. It's the money printing hoodie. This is interesting. Hmm.
You see, you jinxed it.
I didn't even say anything. For those new in the chat right now, we're doing a $1,000 scalping session. We haven't entered anything just yet. We've got an order set at 80,450 for a nice little long on 75x, if you can believe it. So let's see how we go. That would be a lot of fun. Let's hope we
Bro,
get
they're
there.
out of stock.
I'll make you a custom one. All right, Cody, thank you for reminding me. I'm going to make Chento a custom pink hoodie. I used to design clothes back in the day, so I know just how to
Really?
do it. Yeah.
When you were 12 or what? Back in the
Yeah,
day.
back in the day. Yeah, no, I actually did when I was
Back
in
in the
school.
day. You're 25, right?
Yeah, 24.
Yeah. 24. Back in the day where your grandpa was young. Fuck off. Go back to the rookie leagues.
No, leave it with me, Cody. Thank you for the reminder. I'm gonna sort that out. And can we dump here? I'm not jinxing anything. I'm just commenting. Can we dump here? Let's see. Every one of these candles, I believe your drawdown is going your direction by like 20k, which is probably nice.
It's not against me, no.
I'm glad that we're in a better position and we're not sitting at 82.2 and just under your invalidation level. I feel like your stress would be a little bit elevated. Speaking of which, how was your mental the last few days as the chart was just relentlessly pumping with no... Oh.
It was fun. I had fun.
We're currently only $100 away from the limit. Oh, this is getting interesting. This is getting very interesting. Finally, we're getting some juice. These liquidation bubbles are getting bigger. This usually means it's going to reverse.
Pressure's pushing down. Pressure's nice. Pressure's good. Pressure's good.
All right, we're $100 away. We're like $80 away from the limit. Come on, baby. Come on. Should we market this?
No.
Wow, that was a juicy move. What was that? That was 0.4% in the last 3 minutes.
Told you. That's why I don't market long.
I'm happy for you. That's nice for your position. Good work.
Bro, I'm only down 120k.
Shit. So Chento's net worth has grown by 130k on stream. Not bad.
Yes. Yes.
Let's watch it continue. Let's dump this motherfricker.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bitcoin Airlines. As you can see, we're going to crash in the field. Thank you very much. Don't do this. Don't do this, Biddy. Don't you dare. How much did we liquidate? 15 million. Okay, well, fucked. We're going to go back up. I just posted on X that I'm probably going to curse myself. Watch the P&L curse come in when I posted I'm almost a break even. And
yeah, so you're telling me I'm the jinx, and you're going and posting on X. You're going bear posting on X, and we haven't even dumped yet.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
Listen, I gotta entertain the haters. My main function on X as of now is entertaining the hate. I'm probably one of the most hated figures within the crypto space. And I absolutely
it doesn't
love
make
it.
sense, honestly. Like, no glaze once again, but it just doesn't make sense.
It's very simple. If I'm in profit, I'm trading demo.
Yeah.
If I'm in a drawdown, I'm a moron who's losing too much money. So my account is very special. You could even say that my Blofin is magical. As soon as it becomes green, it's not my money and it's fake. As soon as it becomes red, it's taken from my bank account and I'm a schmuck. And that's something not many people can understand, how an account like that works. But apparently to the rest of the world, it's kind of how it is.
I agree. It is funny watching the switch from demo to moron. It is funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Now it's pumping back. I tell you, it's pumping back. Fucking cunt.
You know what did it for me? Was look at all those big circles on FlowX.
Yeah, it's always the same.
It's just always the big circles in a big conglomerate like that. It's just, obviously it's not always the case because it happens on the big dumps and then it continues to dump. But on these little moves, I do often see that. That's why I like that visual indicator of those bubbles. It looks good. Yes, Outwater did get front run again, but that's okay. We're used to that.
Also, what is very interesting is how many professional hedge fund managers there are in the world, actually. I've seen, I think, 280 in my comments for the last week. I've never heard of these professionals. I've never heard of these hedge funds. They all have between 4 and 8 followers, but are verified and say that they are the best in the world. Yet I've never seen them on a leaderboard. It might be because they manage a 14-cent portfolio, but I was astonished. So yeah.
I was waiting for the word 14 cents to come in now. No, that's your number at the moment.
Bro, there was a guy that said to me, "Oh, you're a moron." And I am like, bro, you have in your bio that you're buying and holding Cripple. Really, you want to have this argument with me?
Cripple.
Yeah. Fuck off. By how much did we get front run, Bex?
Like we got front 15 run by cents? No, it was $80.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your order? 540, right?
No, it got to 534. Our order was 452.
Oh.
But that's all right.
Sorry.
That's all right.
It's the story of our lives, right?
If it was 540, it would have hit by $2. That would have been nice. What is a 0.2% move on 75 leverage, though, for $500? It's not even that much. What, like $100?
15, but $75 minus fees, $40.
Yeah, so we haven't missed out on any generational dough as of yet.
I like these 5 seconds. Conviction down. Come on. Never mind. Why can I never have anything nice?
This is why people call you an emotional trader. But yeah, that's what I was going to ask before is, I joke about you being an emotional trader, but how was your mental when you were down? You said you were down $1 million. That would have definitely been a sting.
What can you do? Listen, the thing is, I accept consequences and I accept the potential outcome. And I came to peace with that a long time ago. And what people keep forgetting is, I built this account from 500K. So worst case, I would have taken a balance of 2 million-ish, 1.8, 1.9. So I would only have been up 1.3 million. Listen, I know I have the skill set. I've done it before. I can do it again. I can rebuild ports. You've seen me live stream from 1K down to $200, back to 4.5K in the same damn stream.
Damn, how did that work? Was it the same trade?
No. I just took 2 losses on 200 eggs and then started scalping the 200 eggs again.
Shit.
And then I went. It
we
went
need to
completely
do that.
back
That
up.
sounds fun.
Bro, liquidating 80% is not fun. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Well coded. I've not seen you before, but you immediately annoy me. Do we have mods here? I stopped fucking around with people, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we might have got front run there. That's okay. 75
yeah,
bucks.
we have.
Oh, well.
Yeah. They did a successful retest and now they're pumping out of it.
Rex to Rary Degen series next. Yeah, I like that idea. I think we should do some period of time where it's not consistent enough to throw off your schedule, but something like once a week or once a month or something. And we just do some crazy degen shit.
Bro.
And revert all the lessons that you gave me.
Check this front run, man. Back into the range. I swear I took the screenshot at the absolute bottom.
On point.
I told you. As soon as I post this picture.
0.1% off. Where would you be closing this, though? If we had entered, would you be closing now?
Here. Yeah. It's scalping.
Oh, well. 75 bucks. Chento is very good at this TVH. Yes, that is true.
Bro,
𝗘𝗃𝗓𝗏 said $1 million.
75K again. I lost 75K again on this move.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, no doubt about that. Is the funding going against you at the moment? Are you paying funding or are you receiving?
I don't want to talk about funding. I'll check. So, my funding fees for the last 10 this morning, minus 3,100. 2 last night, minus 3,100. Yesterday, minus 32, minus 34, minus 41, minus 4, minus 35, minus 1,500, minus 34, minus 6, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1,400, minus 500, minus 2, minus 2,300, minus 700, minus 1,000. So since this trade is open, I've paid 28K in funding fees.
The worst part of that is if it was a long, you would have made 28K in funding fees. Ugh, mother.
Bro, the worst part is that if it was a long, I would have been up more than $1 million.
Yeah, I know. That's what
I can show you guys. Wait.
You would have been up more than $1 million plus 28K in funding fees just to pay for the lunch as well. Yeah. The celebratory lunch. Yeah, you guys might have to zoom in, but take it off your face. Put it in front of your face so it doesn't focus on your face. Yeah, there you go. No, put it close. Put it close to the camera, but don't let your face in. Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, we can see that. It is legit, people. There's no demo bullshit here. I don't know how many times we got to say it, but it is true.
Ah, bro, let him listen. Most people, these numbers are so incomprehensible that they have to call a demo, and that's fine.
I'm looking
if
forward to the
I'm
day when you hit
doing
5 million or whatever your goal is for this challenge and you withdraw it.
Yeah, I'll
and-
just withdraw. I'll just withdraw a couple of million just for the fun of it. I'm gonna buy a new car then. If I hit 5 million, I'm gonna buy 911 Turbo S convertible.
Yeah,
Just
what do they
so
go
everyone
for?
knows. 300, 350.
So why do you have to wait till 5 million to get one of those? Is that just how you do it? Do you?
I
make
want to
10
finish
times
the challenge
amount?
for no. I have to earn it. You know.
When you buy stupid shit like cars, do you make a multiple of the cost before you're willing to do it? Do you have a rule that you follow?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
some people do that.
10x.
Yeah, well, that's a
10x.
pretty good way to do it. Buy a 400k Ferrari means you made 4 mil. I like that. Damn,
Okay.
what a fucking reversal. God damn it.
Yeah.
200 bucks
Cancel
now.
the limit. Yeah, cancel the limit.
Oh, well, if anyone in the stream front ran us by a little bit, knowing that this is probably going to happen, congratulations. It's kind of the strap by now.
The amount of trades that we front ran is off the bloody charts.
I think it would be over 20k worth of
insane.
profit.
Oh, no, more. We had that first one at 74, back to 65. That would have been 20k by itself. I think we front ran 50, 60k. Easily. Because it's exponential in correlation to the port, huh?
Yeah. I wonder if you would... I know we... that is true, that short did get front run. I do wonder if you would have held it, though, all the way down. Because if so, that would have been freaking nuts.
I would. Show us the car. Yeah, I'm already looking at one.
Do you buy supercars used? Or do you buy them fresh?
This one is like slightly used.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Porsche 911. There's nothing not to love. They're just so nice. Absolutely love it. I would love one of those myself.
Bro. Look at this bump. Fuck you.
Yeah, wow, this is strong.
It's fun that I just tweeted like... I literally tweeted.
At the bottom candle.
Yeah. Watch the P&L curse come in when I post almost break even. And that was at... What was the mark price? 80,539. So that was $6 off the bottom. So that was here. You can't make that shit up, right?
We'll be back. We'll be back. What I'm looking for the reversal back down is the bubbles. I'm looking for the bubbles on FlowX. They tell me everything I need to know.
Yeah, it is. You should. The bubbles and the money flow.
There's no bubbles
So the
yet,
money flow on the
I'm not
right.
convinced we're going to come back down yet. I haven't seen any bubbles.
Doesn't have to with retest because this is a liquidation. You have little bubbles here.
Yeah, little ones, but I want to see some big boys on the short side.
No, you don't. Fuck off, Baxter. Jesus.
True. True. Oh, that's funny.
Okay. No, the trade left. We tried our best. I think we're gonna leave it at that for today. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do
I'm
it. We'll
streaming
be back
again
at some
this
point soon.
afternoon. Yeah.
We'll try it
So,
again.
Last time, free Discord is pinned as top comment. If you want to trade KYC, KuCoin is definitely the way to go. And if you want to have a non-custodial wallet where you can also do Polymarket and anything else, MetaMask is definitely the way to go. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll catch you all hopefully this afternoon, guys.